which online currency is the very best to buy and hold? What I realize is that I honestly don't know. As I've looked at the historical data, some of the currencies have been surprisingly up and down. For example, I think it was Litecoin was up to $25 at one point, and now it's down to $10, but it's up from recently being $2 or $3. I don't know. I don't know, honestly, which ones are the best to buy and hold. Now, one strategy you can do is try and reach and look into each individual coin, and this is what I did with Dash. After researching on a basic level some of the other top currencies and getting some outstanding information about Dash, some new things that were coming up based on publicly available information, I put all of my money, I put $10,000 or $11,000, everything I could afford to invest. I put that into Dash when it was $11, and now it's $69,000 worth. And as I've looked at that, I thought, well, that's kind of lucky, because there's other currencies that are good, and I don't want to depend on luck to pick currencies. I'd rather pick currencies that have a good chance of long-term sustainability and increasing over time. But at the same time, I can't predict the things that are unexpected. For example, Dash might completely fall apart and implode in some one way or another, from an asteroid falling as a meteor then and wiping out the Dash team in person, or a hack. There's no way to tell what is going to happen. So the way to minimize the risk is to just buy the top, and then to go deeper to get some of these really good values. Now, some of these, as you scroll deeper, are likely to be a complete waste of money. I've bought on the Poloniex, I've bought 50 or 60 different of these on Poloniex, and some of them were delisted, and I think in one day I lost 1 or 2 Bitcoin, as there was some panic, and then a bunch of them were delisted that I then was not able to cash out, or the price falls often from, say the price is 1, it'll fall down to 0.2. It'll fall 80% in one day once it's been delisted. Now, you can go research. I need to move the mic closer. You can research if you know exactly. If you want to spend your whole life investing in cryptocurrency, sure, you can research each one. You can sit on the forums. You can sit in Slack chats. You can try and get to know every person that is involved with all these different currencies. Now, if you have time for that, feel free to do it. I don't. I don't even have time to actively participate in one. I don't even have time to just sit there and be a part of the Dash community. Why? Because I already have enough other things to do. If I want to do something new, I have to get rid of doing something else. And I'm guessing your life is not just filled with time. Although if you're watching this with me, maybe it is. Maybe it is. The point is that you don't know. No one knows exactly what's going to happen with any of these in the future. However, betting the whole market, just like with the stock market, betting the market by creating a balanced index fund can allow you to participate in the gains and minimize the impact of unexpected events. Right now, if something happens with Dash that's a disaster and Dash goes down, let's say it goes down to $6, I'm in a position where if just that kind of event happens, I could lose like $60,000, $70,000 overnight. And I'd rather not be so vulnerable. Now, I bought my Dash with a plan to hold it for at least a year, so I'm holding it. Even if something horrible happens, I'm holding it. Now, I'd like to, for the future, be able to retire someday, and how I can do that is to invest in all the rest of these, in a bunch of these. And that way, if one of them, let's say if Bitcoin just dies, and Ethereum and Ripple and Litecoin and Dash take over, then I don't lose everything because I'm holding a bunch of Bitcoin. And I, in fact, have a good chance to profit with these. But let's say Ethereum gets cracked and falls apart, and Ripple and Litecoin and Dash all fall apart, and say Monero or New Economy Movement rise to the top. If I'm invested in all of them, then I will come out ahead more than likely, even if the top ones fall apart, if I'm invested in a bunch of them. So my strategy is that I'm showing you exactly how to do, is to buy the market and just keep investing. And then I don't have to spend a bunch of time researching the currencies. I essentially trust that if they're up this high on the leaderboards, that other people have done that for me, or that speculators are messing around, and maybe occasionally I'll just lose my money by putting into it, but that's okay. So I'll show you exactly how to buy the market. And I think this is a way to guarantee you pick the winners. And if you pick some losers, it's not a big deal. Whereas if I had put my 10,000 into Dash, and it still could happen, Dash still could wind up being a big loser. There's several currencies that don't exist that have been gigantic losers over time. Imagine if you're betting on horse racing. Wouldn't it make sense to just bet all the horses? Therefore, you're guaranteed that one horse is going to win.